The saving grace of the old arts college easel is that it folds up and goes away in a corner out of the way, so it doesn't clutter the space. I always hankered after one of those lovely studio easels that you see featured so much in TV shows and all the rest. So I got myself one when they were on sale, real cheap. I got this lovely studio easel, which is brilliant, except the first time I tried to lift it, this fixed arm tried to go through the ceiling of the studio, so I can't raise the bottom any higher than that. So it's alright if I'm doing something that I'm going to sit at, which is very rare. I usually stand at the easel, but other than as a display piece in here, it's not a lot of use. So that goes away as well, also in the corner out of the way. So years ago, when I worked in my bedroom and had no money to buy easels, I actually made an easel out of 2x2, 2x1, screwed it all together, and I had a friend who's more of a joiner than me run up a new one for me for here. And this is very simple. It's really just something that you lean against the wall. So the wall is the top of the easel, and the pegs all the way down every 4 inches or so mean that you actually can support a canvas up to 10 feet wide quite happily. This is 3 feet between the pegs, so you can support a wide canvas. The extra advantage is that when you put the canvas onto the easel, you can work right to the bottom without having anything to get in the way. If you want to work here and it's getting in the way, you just slide it across. And as you can see, it's stable, it's against the wall, it's not going to fall off, doesn't need fixing on, and it's great to work on when you have nothing really, no visible means of support, if you like many artists these days. Anyway, so that is good for me. I have worked on an easel like this on a canvas 7 feet, 8 feet wide with no problem at all. Don't ask me where it is. It was on loan to a college and somehow it got lost. Destroyed, I don't know. Anyway, I never got it back. So, put that out the way. That really is all I wanted to say about the easel, and we can now return and look at the next stage in preparing the canvas to work on. As the sale on the chef shows, this is one I did yesterday, and you can see it in the previous video. All nice and ready to work. Let's just look at it for the moment and have a look at the detail. It's got 2 coats of gesso on it. It's not perfectly flat, but as I'm going to put on underpainting before I start putting the main finishes on, then this is viable. This is perfect for me. I'm ready to start. What I need to do now is to work out the actual drawing that I'm going to use. Lots of people just work straight onto the canvas. They're working out of their imagination. They're not or they're working direct response to landscape or whatever. They don't do a lot of analysis. A lot of it's instinctive, intuitive, educated frequently. I'm much more laboured, I think, a lot. As you can see from the ones that are on the wall, I spend a lot of time working out ideas, looking at textures and so on before I go onto the canvas. These paperworks I've now done since last August. I've done 51. Canvases, you might think he doesn't have time, but I've done 11 canvases from them as well. 3 of which are now in private collections. 3 of the 50 are also in private collections. My process is fairly continuous. The wall isn't about displaying work for sale. The wall is for me to look at and see the lessons I have learned from the works on paper. If you like, the works on paper are drawings. I don't consider them drawings, I consider them paintings, but they're experiments rather than finished works. They're works on paper, as occasionally you'll see galleries putting up signs saying works on paper. They don't carry the same importance individually, although they are important. They don't carry the same importance individually as a canvas. And some of the things that I've tried in here, like the movement of waves in there, when they're put onto canvas, they don't always work. And if I show you the last but one painting, get it out from where I've got it tucked away. It's not in store. It's not in store because it's still in my mind, like the one you've just seen that I've put on the easel. It's still active. And again, it's taken the photograph of the steel sheets, taken it through some drawings and taken it into here. Basically these thinner stripes emerge from the sunlight reflecting off edges. The sheets aren't perfectly flat and obviously they're very rusted. I wanted to look at the sea. I have done lots of works on paper and paintings. I've done collages of the sea. I'm not trying to get a kind of Hokusai frozen summation of water. I'm trying to capture its shape-shifter feel. The fact that it is never still. It never freezes in position except when you take it in the camera. It's always changing, constantly changing, never still. So I've really tried to capture that sense of change and movement with the reflections and the underwater parts of the metalwork coming through. The colour is as elusive as the movement. So that's really trying to take what I tried to do in the works on paper and put it into canvas. Is it successful? Well, actually, to my surprise, yes it is. I like it, it's worked. I've got the reflections, I've got the see-through quality, I've got the movements, I've got the splash, I've got that sense of a frozen moment of time without creating something which is still. So, what happens next with composition? That is the next video. Put this away.